Hi, friends. This reflection is for the 27th Sunday of Ordinary Time. If you paid close attention to the first reading as well as the Gospel, you may have noticed that there's this theme of marriage. And God created it to be good, to be sacred, that no man could separate. In our culture today, there's been a lot of attempts that are trying to destroy marriage, to vandalize it, to make it so it can appease men. But here's the problem. You can never undo what God made sacred. You could try, but keep in mind there's an agent that's influencing it, and that is Satan. And Satan in his power is doing everything he can to destroy everything that was once good, true, and beautiful and created by God. I think one of the things I'm led to believe that there are two things that are the greatest destroyer of marriage today. No-fault divorce and the hookup culture. First of all, there was a article that was released about 5 states in the US that rank high for STDs. In no particular order, those states are Texas, California, Florida, Louisiana, and New York. Maybe I must have missed the mark somewhere. But anyhow, I'm sorry, Georgia. Sound familiar? Yeah. They're those kind of states, yeah. But anywho, the point is, friends, the hookup culture has destroyed marriage. It has destroyed commitment. Now, I could go on for the next few minutes and give you a talk on chastity and everything, but I'm not going to do that. If you want to know what chastity is, if you want to know how to be a man of virtue, how to be a gentleman, and how to live and strive for purity, I suggest you YouTube videos on those. But I'm not going to do it in this one. What I can give you is this. If we want to stop the hookup culture, the first thing that we must do is we must learn to date again. Many years ago, there was a professor at Boston College in her philosophy class. She would encourage her students to go on a date, and like an actual date. For 40 minutes. And what happened during those 40 minutes? Was there going to be another date? So there's a lot of questions right there. I think that needs to come back, one way or another. The culture needs to learn to date again. We need to learn to date again. And guess what? Dating is not for those that are discerning marriage, but it's also for married couples too. Married couples, when was the last time you had dinner out? Or had a getaway? To those who are single, when was the last time you went on a date with someone that you're interested in? Ladies, were you ever asked out for coffee with the phrase date in it? If date wasn't included in the question, we have a problem. Gentlemen, This is for you. Be intentional to that person. I'm led to believe that if we all learn to date again, the hookup culture would end. If men learn to take responsibility, man up, and pursue the woman with solid intentions, the world will change. Let us never forget, marriage is a lifelong commitment, but it begins when we pursue the woman that we want. When we are willing to love. Fulton Sheen reminds us, we must learn to love people and use things, not use people and love things. He's right. Our culture has lost a sense of the difference between love and use. There's too much use in the world. Let there be love. Most importantly, let us learn to sacrifice for each other. So married couples, make sacrifice for each other. Whether it's like a mundane chore at the house, cold and flu season's around the corner, maybe you have to take the day off from work to make sure everybody's okay. Maybe just dropping everything, making sure we get the essentials like food, medicine, whatever the case is. That's what sacrifice is. Without sacrifice, there's no love. And Jesus shows us that when he hung on the cross. So, are we ready to stop the hookup culture and learn to commit to only one person? And in time, bring children to the world. What's it going to be? God bless.